etc. It's Galen. Hello. Galen's got Parkinson's. So it sounds like I'm bragging. Galen's got Parkinson's, so 3 A stars. Go per class, get your knitting. Now, I wanted to show another bit of cowboy game. I don't know what to call it really. I should give it a name, shouldn't I? I don't know. Anyway, we'll think of something. But I wanted to simplify it so that you don't have to look at it and go, oh, well, I don't have all them buildings, so I can't play. Or I haven't got gazillions of cowboys. I don't have all my 1960s and 70s toys. Yeah, okay. But you can buy 28mm Western figures, can't you? For the games that are around now. Or you might have other 54mm figures, toys and bits. You might find them in shops and you think, I'll invent my own game. Mate of mine's got some 54mm Napoleonic, I think they're Airfix, and he's invented a game using a pack of playing cards. You shuffle them up. When a red card comes out, you move a British soldier. When a black card comes out, you move a French soldier. And you throw a D6. If you get a 6, you hit. Then you've got to reload, and so on. If you move, you can't fire. But it's a simple game, but it's fun. So I've just put 2 cowboys out. They've no characteristics apart from their names. They've got Butch Reynolds and Alan Cooper. And they fell out. Proper falling out. I think they've fallen out over a lady. And I don't want to go into any more details than that. Obviously, it's personal. They've both got 2 pistols. Neither of them have got any particular skills. Blank cards. So that's how I start. And I bought these little packs of cards, 4 in a pack, from eBay. And you get loads. So I use them for all sorts of things. I use them as a Sudan colonial Mardist game I play that I use them in. And I'll show you that as well later on. But for now, we'll stick with this. And so we need to know who's fastest, first of all, because it's come to blows. There's no going back now. They're going to be shooting at each other, these guys. So I'm going to throw these dice. I'm going to throw 3 D6. And this is for Butch Reynolds. This is pretty much any time he needs to test for anything, this is what he's going to need to have as his base score. So Butch gets a base score of 11, 14. Oh, I shall write that on his card. 14. Now I'm going to do the same now for Alan. Let's see what Alan gets. Alan got 40. It's interesting, isn't it? You do these things. You think, that'd be right. I'll show you how to do it. That's dead simple. And then it turns out not to be simple. But in a way, I think that's good, because that means you can solve these problems when they happen to you. And they do happen. So, obviously, now, because they're equal, I'm just going to throw a D6 for each of them. And whoever gets ice is going to go first. So I'm going to throw a red dice for Alan. And I'm going to throw a mixture of other dice, because that's what I've got in front of me, for Butch. So Butch gets 1d6. Alan gets a d6. Whichever of these is highest goes first. Ooh. Butch goes first. Oh, Butch has got a number of options here. He can bottle it and run away. You know, he could run for cover. There's a building just there. He doesn't have to stand in the open and shoot, but I think for the sake of honour, he should. But it depends who's playing him. If you and your mate are playing this, you may have completely different ideas. So he's going to have a shot. So he's going to shoot with his favoured hand. That's going to be his right hand, which means the middle range would be a 7. That's basic. And it goes 0 to 2. So his middle range, 0 to 2 is short range. 2 to 4 is middle range. From there, 4 look just over his hat. So it's middle range. He can opt for fan fire, but the problem with fan fire is he would have to, he'd get a shot. As Alan had a shot, he'd have to throw for each shot because the guns are coming out at the same time. It's just that Butch is a little bit quicker than Alan. But there's nothing in it, really. If you look at they've both got a 14. So it's a fraction of a second. If Butch had a quick draw of 18 and beat Alan by 4, then he would then get, he could fan fire 4 of his 6 bullets to make up to the 18 because he'd have the time. But he hasn't any time, so he can't fan fire. He's just got to shoot. So he's going to throw 2d6 and he's going to need to get the middle score of 7 or less. And he's missed 9. I read up at Leeds Armories upstairs, they've got a great newspaper article from a Wild West saloon where these guys are arguing and they knock the table over, the cards go flying, they whip their guns out. There's about 4 of them around the table and they all fire off their 6 shooters and they hit nothing. Just bullets in the ceiling, the table, the floor. Nobody hits anybody. They're hopeless. Right, so Alan now. See, Alan still got to get 7. So if he moves in and makes it short range, he's only going to get 1 dice. He's going to lose 1 of his dice for moving. And he's even at short range, he's got to get 6. So he'd have to get a 6 on a d6, otherwise he'd miss. So he's better shooting from there and giving himself a bit of space. So he don't want to lose a dice. So he's using both of his dice for shooting. But to show you something a bit different, what Alan's going to do, he's going to pull his other gun out. He's going to fire both pistols. So he only, no, he's not, because he'd only get 1 dice for each pistol. He only gets 2 dice. And he'd need 7 for his right hand, because he's right-handed, and an 8 for his left hand, because that's not his dominant hand. That's not going to work. So forget that. The reason why I'm not keeping a score of how many bullets they've fired is because in this game, you only have to reload if you throw a double. So Alan's just going to shoot back. He needs 7 or less. I'm trying to think about that. Does he need 7 or less? If you get better, no, he needs 7 or more, doesn't he? I've gone wrong there, because every time you improve, you go down. So 7 becomes 6, becomes 5, becomes 4. 4's the best you can be. So if he's a 4, you don't want to get 4 or less. That's harder than getting 7 or less. He wants to get 4 or more. Yeah. So he shot Alan. I'm sorry, Butch. I've done you disservice there, pal. Right. So he shot Alan. Alan, I always give my characters one luck throw. So Alan's going to take his luck throw now. And if he gets 7 or more, it's a lucky shot. Maybe he shot his hat off. So Alan's looking for a 7 or more. 7 or more. So his luck pull plays in, but he's used it now. He has no more luck. But Butch can also play his luck. And he's only got one luck, but he might as well play it now. So Butch is going to play his luck, and he's going for a second lucky shot. It's almost like the gun shoots itself, like Tex Tucker in Four Feather Falls. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. But they were his luck shots. So Butch is finished. Alan now gets to shoot back, needing 7. 5. It's failed. It's not double. So now we come back to Butch. Well, again, Butch hasn't lost anything. Oh, he might as well just take. Might as well just take a shot. I've just done the old Parkinson's throw the dice on the floor. That's it. If I disappeared like I was in a tunnel, I had my head under the war games table. I don't think he's got much option really. It's going to shoot again. Oh yeah, look at that. I have thought about giving bonuses for a double 6. Like, oh, you get a 3rd dice or you get a free throw or something. But I've not included it. But I could include it. Let's say we're all playing together. We're all having a war game. First time. We're inventing this game as we go along. There's nothing written down. So we're inventing this new rule now. If you get a double 6, it's an extra move. Or an extra dice. Yeah, an extra dice. So Butch is going to get, he had his 2 dice, and we know that he's hit Alan. Now, you see, that double 6, it could be an instant fatality, couldn't it? Or whatever. No, I don't like that. I don't like that. What about, can I give the extra 6 to Alan when he's tested his injury to make his injury worse? No, I've got to play it on myself. Okay, so that's the rule. And at the end of the game, I'll write that on a bit of paper, and that now becomes the rule that we agree. And that's how we write our rules. So Butch is now, he's hit him, and he's got a bonus. The first thing I need to know is what happens to Alan. He can't use his luck anymore. I don't have things like agility and dodging like they have in Test of Honor, the Japanese game. You hit. So, first of all, we throw a D20. This tells us whereabouts he's been hit. And he's been hit in the 9s. And we wrote this chart ourselves. And all it is a whole list of options from 1 to 20. You see 9, chest from the front or upper back. Okay, so he's been hitting slap bang in the chest. Then we throw again, and this time we're going to be looking for the part of, we know the part of the body, it's the chest. Now we're looking for how bad the injury is. So if this is on that page, you can see 11 head, could be body, could be limbs on that page. 6, 4, 3, you can see more. But I'll do another video on that and leave it open so you can copy it. And please feel free, if there's anything I do and you think, oh, I want to do that, am I allowed? Yeah. We're making this game up between us. We're just mates, aren't we? There's no copyright and things. Tell you what though, if you pinch this and write the world's most successful cowboy game. Firstly, fair play to you. Secondly, you're a bit of a dirty dog. Give a couple of bob to Parkinson's, or help me find somewhere to live. That'd be nice. Or subscribe to the site. Oh, I'm going to be proper miffed if I see this game in the stores coming soon to a shop near you. I tell you what, if anyone is so desperate that they have to write this up as a game, they're seriously tragic. Or I'm seriously deluded, thinking anybody might. So we shot him in the chest, we know that, and the damage is a 10. Go back to the chart, and it says for a 10, the wound debilitates him for a random d6. So let's have a look at that. That's a 4. Bosh. And I usually show these things with a micro dice that I can then turn down every move. It's once recovered, throw a d10. Right. The wound debilitates for a random d6 of counters. 1 or a 2 continues once recovered. Well, that's not me. 3 or a 4 needs to go to the doctors. 5 or 6, he ends up dying. So, Butch has shot him right in the chest. He's gone down. He must be taken from the field. And I think if I was the character playing Butch, I don't want to kill him. I don't want to become a murderer. Gunfights, fair enough, they happen. Unfortunately, there is no doctor in Four Feather Falls, but that's probably some lady got some, I don't know, magic ointment. So then we find out. So eventually, the 4 of the debilitating counters is up. Well, we take that off. So now we've got to find out if he recovers. So now we've got to throw a d10. This will tell me the full effect of the injury. An 8. 8. Now it's his body. Okay. Okay. He survives. If he receives medical treatment within 24 hours, that's not going to happen. No, that's not going to happen. There is no medical treatment within 24 hours. There's no doctor. I suppose what I could do, right, I know what I'm going to do. I'm just making this up as I go along. I'm going to throw 2d6 for Alan. See, he's used his luck. He could have used his luck now. Have a lucky doctor turn up. If I throw a double 6, miraculously a doctor comes into town. But I've made that up because he's already used his luck, didn't he, when his hat got shot off. No, there's none of that happening. So now the final result, there's no doctor comes. 14. There's nothing to do after this. Hit in the body. All right. It's going to be. He's been gut shot. He does survive. It says a gut shot. He can defend and parry, but he can't move quickly, and he can't draw quickly. So now he's been penalised for his ability to quick draw and to move. So that's -2. So his 14 now is going to drop to 12. So because that might be, as a wargamer, that might be your character. And you don't want to lose him every time you play a game, do you? You just end up not playing him. And the other thing, final thing, if you play a game, you get 1 experience point just for playing. So they both get 1 experience point. Put E, X, P. They both get 1. I'll do Alan's. E, X, P. So they both get 1. Now, if the result of the game is a draw, you get another 1. If it's a victory, you get another 1. So you get 3 for a victory. So Butch has now got 3 experience points, and I've written them down there at the bottom. Okay, there are the figures. That blue chap, Alan, is actually pre-Swap-It, the Timpo Swap-Its in the mid-70s. He's before that. Look at the detail on him, though. I mean, that is obviously a friend at War Games Clubs painted him for me. He didn't come like that. But that's a Britain's figure. It's incredible, isn't it? What we used to be able to do. We used to play with them, chuck them in a toy box at the end of the day. We didn't even think about it. Fantastic. So, there we are. Butch and Alan have had a fallout. Resolved it. I don't know. Maybe manfully. Don't know if either of them bears a grudge. Butch doesn't, but I don't know. Alan might be a bit of a misery pants. But again, whoever owns Alan as a character can decide that for themselves. And that's their character then develops further. And you have space on the back of the card to write things like that. Wanted or married, whatever details come along in your strange, weird head. So that's the end of the gunfight on the street. And until next time, remember, do not forsake me, oh my darling. Ta-ra, Chuck.